And here we are. We're back with a false start like once or twice and the whole fucking system crashing and everything else. But we're back. It's Scott and Cameron, bone-crushing juggernaut bitches. And you'll notice we'll have the most longest and most controversial title. Why is Jared qualified to do anything, really? Because he fucks your daughter?
Is that a question mark or?
They're both question marks.
Okay.
And let's face it, Jared Kushner is not qualified for jack shit because he fucks a Trump daughter.
I'm guessing that question was hypothetical.
Yeah, and essentially, fucking ass clown is trying to use his son-in-law as an unofficial Secretary of State, and I'm really getting pissed about this shit.
Mr. 36% approval rating?
This guy's a nobody. He has his son-in-law. This is a fucking junta. This is a goddamn junta.
Well, what authoritarians do is they try to get their family into.
Of course.
They try to get their
positions
family,
of power.
Yeah, exactly.
To save their fucking ass.
Yeah,
like an oligarch.
It's
Russian oligarchy.
It happens all the time with these kind of people.
Trump needs to be fucking impeached now. I'm getting so tired of it.
Yeah.
All the fucking lying, all the bullshit, all the fucking legitimization of his crap.
Yeah, he's dropped down to 36%.
36% approval. 57% don't
Good
approve.
Job. You made George Bush Katrina look good.
Such a chump. Such a every day, the Kushner stuff is nuts to me because it's like, why is he qualified? He's not qualified.
Yeah.
Not qualified.
At this point, Obama was at 63%. George W. Bush was at 53%. Bill Clinton was at 53%. George Bush Sr. was at 56%. Ronald Reagan was at 60%. And Jimmy Carter, of all people, was 75%.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Entitled. Mr. Pussy Grabber. President Pussy Grabber.
He's literally less than half, about half of Jimmy Carter's approval.
Yeah, he's essentially, what is it? New Orleans Bush.
Yeah. Worse.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah. Katrina Bush.
He's new. Yeah.
Katrina Trump.
Katrina Bush.
Hurricane Trump.
Permanent. It just doesn't get any better.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, we did have something interesting happen this week, and we should probably mention it. I reached out to one of the governor candidates running for New Jersey.
New Jersey. Gubernatorial elections.
Yeah, and I just kind of was like, I saw that he was running. I saw that he was following us. And so I was like, something's wrong already there.
What's going on?
Yeah. And so I shouted him out, and I was like, hey, why don't, I kind of put a policy question to him, and he kind of,
what did he say?
Well, at least his office responded.
What was the question?
It was about the medical cannabis program in New Jersey and why it's just a big mess.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's just draconian and stupid and doesn't work and doesn't help anybody, and it's hard to actually, they have a blacklist for doctors.
At this point, having weed illegal is just to get people
to lock people up.
Prisons, yeah.
Yes, it's a prison industrial complex.
And by the way,
but it turns out that Jeff Sessions,
little
Jeff Sessions, I just want a mint julep, and I'm going to sit back and I'm going to ignore all the pot smokers, thankfully.
I was fine with the KKK until I realized they smoke pot.
But apparently he's not going to go and kick in the doors out in the West because, let's face it, that would be contrary to everything Mr. Trump talks about. Because, let's face it, one of the biggest growing industries in this country, why am I still talking like that?
Yeah, because it's scary.
Is cannabis.
Yeah.
It employs people. Yeah. It makes money. It's taxable.
And it's medically beneficial.
It's medically beneficial. It's, at the very least, harmless. People keep saying it's like alcohol, but the truth is it's far less harmless.
If anything, it's good for you.
Alcohol kills people.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Any motherfucker
long story short, he said he'll come on the show.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a gubernatorial candidate on the show to interview and kind of grill them about their positions. Now, you quickly pointed out to me that he's probably the most liberal.
Oh, he's one. Yeah, he's one. He's probably the most liberal plus.
What's his name? I'm sorry.
Mark Zena.
There you go.
He's probably
Look,
one
you're
of
on the stick, man. I love
he's
it.
probably one of the most like I don't know if he's the most liberal, but he's like the most popular of the liberal. Other than what's his name? The guy who who supported Bernie. But the problem with him is he's do you know what hold on, let me get. I have all these papers and stuff.
Yeah. You've been really into it, man.
It's
funny. He wrote out everyone's platform
Um,
by hand, so he could review it. Not for school. Either.
John Wisniewski. He was a bundler. You know what a bundler is?
No.
It's like a thing that they.
Oh,
do.
I know what they did. That was financial, right?
Yeah,
He
did it for
bundled all those fucking.
He did it for the Obama campaign.
Gotcha.
So for me, that's kind of like.
Well,
I
you know what?
understand
Money exists,
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah, I know, but it's kind of.
You can be capitalist and
Yeah.
still
Oh
have
yeah,
socialist
yeah. Oh
leanings.
yeah. That's what I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's.
But it's funny. The opposite of the opposite of
Public
authoritarianism
campaigns
seems to be
are just-
democracy. But it also seems that in some ways the opposite of democracy is capitalism.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's why you need social democracy.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I don't want to start munching on Cheerios. I'll be
No,
driving.
stop it. It's no. Stop. Do we get a free sponsorship from Cheerios if we do that though?
No, they're not actually. They're not even Cheerios, to tell you the truth. They're like Oreos or some like
Oh,
knockoff
no.
version.
False advertising.
Yeah, but you know what? I actually like them better.
Oh really?
That's really why. I know it sounds crazy, but
I mean, Cheerios. Normal Cheerios are trash.
I like the knockoff.
I like Honey Nut Cheerios. Or like, I don't care what anyone says. I like Honey Nut Cheerios more. than
That's
normal
essentially
Cheerios.
what these are.
Honey
They're
Nut
fake
Cheerios.
knockoff. They're. I will read you. They are scrunchy honey nut toasted oats
Ew. It sounds bad, but
by ShopRite.
what? You're giving them free advertising.
Oh, who cares? Somewhere Kevin Smith is groaning because I'm eating knockoff Cheerios. That was
It's
one of the
okay.
banes of his existence.
Well, if anyone buys me normal Cheerios, it's not even. Don't even bother giving it to me because I'm gonna throw it out anyway. Because oh god, I hate those.
Actually, I want to mention this on this show.
Huh.
Something really cool happened for the That Man on Fat Man show. We are now part of
Oh yeah.
a big comedy app called Laughable. So go download Laughable and type in That Man on Fat Man or Scott Holden. Well, actually, our accounts aren't officially finished, but I know our feeds have been uploaded. Our accounts haven't been quite created
Is
yet.
this on there or is it just comedy?
I don't think the BCJ is on
Yeah.
there because we're video now
Yeah,
and
yeah,
not audio. It's more of an audio thing.
Mhm.
So, and I kind of like the fact that I'm doing an audio thing.
Yeah.
I mean, a video thing.
Mhm.
And that,
It's just a
this is
different thing.
just
Yeah.
a YouTube thing now. And,
Is it? Oh, is it just YouTube?
well, I copy them onto Facebook as well.
So everything's just.
But
goes-
really,
the main source.
like
of
if
it.
you go to thatmanonfatman.com, it'll push you to YouTube. It won't
So
push
it's the source is YouTube. So.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
The well.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the source is my computer because
Yeah.
instead of streaming, because we've ran into problems with streams, like just getting knocked off or whatever, we just record and then post.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
But we post real fresh, so it's hot off the presses, you bitches. All I'm gonna say is,
I don't think anybody knows it was Russia that broke into the DNC. I mean, it could be Russia, but it could also be China. It could also be lots of other people. It also could be somebody sitting on their bed that weighs 400 pounds, okay?
he's such a whack fucking job.
Now in cinema, too.
Ow. Do you want me to do? Do you want me?
But nothing matches the whack of a tic tac.
Stop.
I know
please.
you like this one.
You can't beat the old whack.
Ew. It's so weird. It's just the context in it is just like ugh.
There's only one Tic Tac, the original mouthwack. There's only one Tic Tac.
Sorry,
After listening to it, how would they think that was a good idea?
I have no idea.
The mouth whack.
It was a very popular ad campaign.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people knocked their teeth out, dude.
With a tic tac.
I think one of the reasons I'm standing here instead of other people is that I have deals in Russia.
We're doing these already.
I love them.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
I could always do this. I mean, I don't do this much on this show, but it's So easy to go to Bane.
You don't usually do this.
Oh, yes. The Secretary of Destruction and Chaos under the Trump administration is here to rock the hizzy.
The hizzy? That was like a Will Smith thing going.
Yes, yes. I love gay porn. Have I said that enough? No, I don't think so.
Do you like bondage? Because
I believe that,
No! They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother.
I have no idea what that means. But I know this about you, sir.
Victory has defeated you. Peace has cost you your strength.
should we?
This is actually my boss, Donald Trump's message that I should give to him.
Victory has defeated you. Peace has cost you your strength.
Should we go over his policies and stuff?
Bane's policies? Oh, you want to go back to Governor Fred? Yes, but isn't he a Democrat? If he's a Democrat, well, he'll be...
Impossible.
Well, it's...
Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man
Before throwing him out of the plane!
What's your opinion on Chris Christie, Mr. Bane?
Chris Christie?
Yeah. I'm curious.
Wait, hang on.
You thinking?
Now's not the time for fear. That comes later. Calm down, Doctor.
Sorry, are we...
Yes, go.
Okay.
Okay, yes, indeed. Let's find out all about the governor.
Please don't
Doesn't
tell me
work
you're
as
doing
well
this.
when it's me in the picture.
Jeez. When did you become the alien monster?
The fire rises.
It sounded like the alien monster.
No,
popped out
it's
of your
from
head.
here. He's like,
You fight like a younger man. There's nothing held back. It's admirable, but mistaken.
no, actually, I don't even have it because it's like later. He's like,
You still have the effect of your tongue.
you think the darkness is your ally, but I was. Oh, here it is.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding.
See,
I
never thought anyone would be able to overact more than Christian Bale in a Batman movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
You know who should have been in there? Should have been Nick Cage. Was Bane.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I'm Bane. You think the darkness is your ally?
With the eyes.
Yeah. You think the dark? Yeah, because that's all they see, too, with Bane with the mask. Oh, shoot him, man!
My ears. They
Sorry.
exist.
Oh, Nick Cage.
Thank you, Nick Cage,
We love him.
for existing. Okay.
Ah, yes.
The least political podcast so far.
Yep, they're both silly, too.
Like literally.
Sometimes you need to do this, though. You have to actually just cut loose and go crazy.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, you need it.
Well, I'm the straight one, so because I'm the
Vagina boob.
yeah, not in sexuality. I mean, in what's going on?
Juggernaut.
In the humors.
I found the voice.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I'm the straight man. I'm the guy who doesn't do the jokes.
Consistent. If you look at these cabinet appointees, they were selected for a reason. That's all going to be deconstructed.
You have to like.
The
you have
third,
like a sheet of
broadly,
paper.
line of work is what is deconstruction of the administrative state.
What a fat doof.
I have a feeling you.
He
have
is failing miserably, that guy.
Yeah, he's a really bad Duke Cheney. Like a really bad.
He's like an idiot. I'm going to threaten all you people to vote for Trump.
Like, at least Dick Cheney, like, knew how to be an ass and do it successfully.
But you can't.
Which is
He
bad.
can't fire that guy. You realize he can't
yeah.
fire him because as soon as he does, he goes back to Breitbart and smears him like a motherfucker, lets
He's
out
got
all
him-
the secrets and
He's got him by
buries
the
him.
balls.
Yeah. So all right, let's talk about. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the candidate that's coming on. What's his platform? Tell me a little bit about him.
He's a single payer. Single payer healthcare.
I'm on board.
Yes, I am too.
I agree there. So
I'm surprised.
this is gonna be a love fest. It sounds like already.
I'm surprised there's so many people on this platform who like single payer because it's because you would think that like how much people talk about on like TV.
Because when you spread the wealth, when you spread the risk amongst the most amount of people, it reduces costs for
like,
everybody.
you don't-
That's called insurance.
Like on TV, you almost never hear people talk about it really because
that was like the whole thing.
Yeah.
How fast can we take single payer off the table?
Yeah.
That was even when they did Obamacare. It wasn't even brought up as an option, which was fucking stupid.
Yeah. We didn't even get a public option.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah. He wants to invest in renewable energy.
Okay. I'm with him.
Prevent pipeline expansion because we have pipelines and stuff. And I think there's a pipeline like I think south of us that's it's probably it's looking like it's about to leak. Not really close. It's like in the southern part of the state.
Gotcha.
Expand access to birth control and family planning.
I'm there.
New economy training programs. Create incentives for business and workers. No interest student loans. That's good for me. Refund the pension programs because apparently Chris Christie like cut.
Oh yes,
pension.
yes, he fucked the pensions.
He pensions for like to oblivion. Adjust the plan for new enrollers in the pension plan. And then end plan abuses because who doesn't want to end plan abuses? That's like a misnomer. Protect current pensioners and employees. So pretty much workers' rights.
Mm-hmm.
Dismantle Port Authority of New York and replace it with smaller, more focused, responsive agencies.
Mm-hmm.
End party boss power insiders to pick the candidates. So pretty much he wants people to pick the candidates instead of like an indirect system. Curb corporate and PAC spending. Term limits for the legislative. Public funded campaigns, which I agree with.
Term limits for legislative. I like that.
Consolidation and sharing of resources among 500 plus municipalities to reduce cost of services. Done. That's pretty much all I got from it. It's all on his website, by the way. So.
Breaking news: no connection between Trump and Russia. That's what the White House says.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's what. White
Meanwhile,
House,
there's like 50 bazillion connections right off the top. How about Paul Manafort, asshole?
Yeah, pretty much. So.
Wait. I got to spin this up. What's going on here? Oh, they're just talking.
Oh, they're having some sort of like
round table discussion or something, as they always do.
But there is no table, and it is not round. It is box. Okay. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
We're talking about his platform. So it sounds like it's going to be a love fest. It's going to be easy. He's going to have a great time on our show as we stroke him and tell him how great he is.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff.
Oh, hey.
But at least we'll get to find out what he thinks of his competition as well.
Yeah, I might
and
ask
why he's better.
I don't know. I might ask him questions that I didn't see on this platform or something.
Well, I submitted out a note to our NJ11 indivisible group soliciting questions as well. Mm-hmm. So
I'll think of questions too.
Good. So it'll be our first interview. I mean, it's kind of cool. We never really saw this coming. Originally, I didn't think of us as an interview show. More of a, hey, let's get this out of our system show.
We can have our own.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want. But I think this is a good thing. Mm-hmm. I think this is a step in the right direction, sir.
Okay.
All righty.
Hopefully we can get other candidates too.
Yeah, I mean, hey, everywhere but up.
Yeah.
I mean, we have nowhere to go but up. Sorry.
Well, we can stop it.
Yes, we
that's
can.
Down, I guess.
Yeah,
not do it at all.
Nah, but this is.
Yeah, this is
I need to do this. This gets all this shit out of my system. That way, my the other shows can be a little less Trumpian. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I would be doing it there.
Yeah,
and I don't want to do it there because it can turn some people off.
Yeah, it could split the audience.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not the right place.
Yeah. There's a time and place for everything.
Sometimes, it organically works its way in.
Yeah,
it's
but
hard not to.
It's only if it
the Mark Bernard. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. The Mark Bernardin show was actually really cool in that we ended up talking about how, like, he even noted he has friends who are, like, now, quasi-constitutional scholars and, all kinds of crazy, like me, an intelligence expert. I become a Russian intelligence expert the last 6 months. You have all these, like, new expert people who are just like, and look at you got you have a list of Democratic platforms in front of you. Yeah, shit.
Yeah,
People are taking action.
I took interest in politics at the right time, I guess.
Yes, everyone's motivated. Everyone's becoming closet experts.
Honestly, Bernie's the reason why, because of that, honestly. Because, I was like...
Bernie?
Yeah, Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. Oh, my God. It's Bernie Sanders. What are you going to do?
Oh, I think today is the anniversary of that bird going on his podium.
Oh, when the bird landed on the podium.
I think that's a sign.
It's a sign that I'm going to lose.
For world peace.
It's a sign that bitch is going to fucking fuck up the whole electoral system. What that fucking goddamn... She's got 2 names. She can't even have one name.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She can't even have one name. One of these hyphenated bullshit names. God damn it.
And Donna Brazile.
And a really bad perm, let's face it.
Ooh, yeah. It looks like some 80s hairdo.
Yuck.
Like something you would see in, like...
If you want to blame anybody, blame her.
Yeah.
That's the truth. You want to blame anybody, like why Bernie didn't get it, it's her.
Yeah.
Because he probably would have.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely could have beat Trump.
Well,
although, who knows with the Russian hacking. But it seems that's where the Russians focused their bot attention on Bernie voters. They saw them as the swing.
Because they know what they're talking about.
Well, no, because so many of them voted for Trump because they were just fucking, or didn't vote at all.
Those are the ones who were like...
Sour grapes, like Randy fucking Quaid or whatever the fuck his name was. Or
Randy Quaid?
Dennis Quaid. The guy from fucking Vacation. The Vacation movies. He was a nutbag for Bernie. He was like one of the Bernie, but he really wasn't for Bernie so much as he hated Hillary.
Oh, so he wasn't progressive.
But he was. He was a phony baloney.
Okay.
It's like these libertarians who think that they're fucking progressive. They don't know what they are.
They're half progressive, half idiots.
Yeah, pretty much. Because hey, how do you feel about parks? I love parks. Well, guess what? As a libertarian, you shouldn't.
So do you support government protection of parks? No.
No. I don't protect anything. Parks should be owned by shysters to charge you entrance.
Leave that up to the free market.
Free market. Yeah.
Free market,
child labor. Free market.
Yeah,
hey.
That's all good. The companies are just doing what they need
Dumb
to.
fucks. Their little hands getting the machinery easier.
The free market. Yeah.
That's what they used to say, too.
Yeah.
Their little hands getting the machinery
hand out
easier.
cocaine to make you want to work longer and fat.
Oh, what are we getting into? Are we now getting into Star Trek: The Next Generation here?
What?
Is that what we're getting into?
What?
Star Trek: Next Generation, in the pilot episode. Encounter at Farpoint. We find out about a futuristic army that was controlled by drugs. That was like the Third World War or whatever, the Xeno Wars or whatever shit.
What?
You don't know this?
No, I didn't.
Q puts the crew of the Enterprise on trial for the sins of humanity.
Okay.
And one of the things that he points out is during our brutal past, one of the things we did was have an army that was essentially all hooked on drugs. Because they even had
What kind of drug is this?
I guess some sort of euphoric drug, probably like a cocaine, heroin, barbiturate mix.
Ew. That's not good for you.
No, not at all. It's a shame that we did that in our future.
Yeah, too bad. We should probably stop that. We probably shouldn't do that.
All hail Q.
All hail Q. Whoever that guy is.
I like Q. Q was one of my favorite characters on that show.
Yeah.
He got better with time. He became more omnipotent.
My friend's watching Star Trek on Netflix, and
Next Generation?
No, he was watching Enterprise, and he was also
Enterprise sucks balls.
Yeah, that's reason.
Except for the hot chick in it, but otherwise.
And he was watching the original series because he loves the original series because of how.
I love the original series. I like Next Generation, and you know what I really like? I like Voyager.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she is a kick-ass captain.
Yeah,
she really is. Janeway is so underrated, but such a great captain. She's more action-oriented than most captains.
The one I don't hear anything about is the Deep Space Nine one.
Cisco. Yeah, because when you're stable, there's not a lot going on. And when he originally started too, he was a commander. Mm-hmm. He was Commander Cisco for a long time.
Which other show was he on?
They didn't really pay attention to him until he hawked out.
Which other show
And
was
shaved his head and
Cisco
looked
on?
like Hawk from his original show before that.
Was he on another show? Another series?
Yeah, yeah. He played Hawk.
Okay.
He was kind of like a spy guy. I can't remember the name of the show now. Fuck. I'll have to look it up. Someone write us the name of the show.
We're on Star Trek now.
Yeah, well, I don't know how we got Star Trek.
With
Well, Star
the
Trek
drug-
does present
the drug
a
ship.
hopeful vision of the future.
Yeah. And
One of the few.
Oh, I think that Trump actually did good. He actually funded for space, like the Mars thing.
Even a fucking broken clock is right twice a day.
I know. That's what I feel too. Like, wow, he did something.
He didn't really.
Yeah, but yeah, I think he did it just because he's like, I like space. Space is cool.
He's a fucking cock. I hate his guts.
But space. But space.
Yes, send off people to die on Mars.
Space is cool.
Space. The final frontier. Why don't I have that?
Oh yeah, you should have that.
I know. I just have.
Not
quite the same.
I dreamt of the dragon.
I have awoken him.
Oh, that's
different
dirty.
side of sci-fi. That's actually more fantasy.
It's very dirty.
Yes.
He arisen the dragon.
Well, you know who should actually be president, I think?
Who?
I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
You've been rickrolled.
I have been. I thought you wanted Rick Astley to run for president. Oh my
Yes.
God, that would be the day.
He'll never let you down. He'll never turn you around. He'll never desert you.
He would never. Yeah, he would be the best.
I actually saw that as a
like
as a
Jimmy
poster, or as a meme or something along the way during the campaign thing. So
Jimmy, that would be like, I don't know, like a Jimmy Carter president.
Yeah.
I will never let you go. I will. I don't know. Whatever. Ow.
When Cameron was in Egypt's land, let my Cameron go.
Oh, that makes it bad.
Shall we get out of here?
Do you have any method to your madness?
None at all whatsoever. I'm just fucking loopy poopy.
Yeah,
I'm if I don't do this, I fucking think about Trump too much and go crazy. So
yeah,
those are my options. Let's go because I'm yawning.
Yeah,
We've been 27 minutes and 52 seconds. Plus, we have an intro of 3 minutes or so. So we're 30 minutes, bitches.
Feels a lot longer than that.
Yeah, I know. It's eternity when you're talking to me.
I have a monotone voice. Don't make fun of me.
This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world.
Oh, the humanity.
All the fans been screaming around. I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen.
That always makes me happy. I don't know why. It's just people suffering.
It's just so weird. Plus, what's funny about that is it's sped up. Like, apparently the guy didn't really sound like that. But because of this, because it's off of a film, an old 30s film.
That stuff kind of creeps me out. When I hear
His
that
voice is a
kind of
little
stuff.
sped up. And sounds a little, and I've heard it online. Someone posted it as it should be, at the proper speed.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't sound as good.
Is it?
It's not as fun or intense.
That's the same concept like when you see like an old footage. And you
Yeah,
see it
like old baseball footage of people running the bases too
Holy
fast.
shit, he's so fast.
Yeah, but you could tell it's
Damn, they were so much better at baseball.
And they always look weird because they're always kind of like very stiff-backed runs.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's when they like drank beer in the dugout and like.
Yes, indeed.
That kind of crazy.
Yes, hey, well, it was liquid beer. I mean, liquid bread. So
There was a league that was like if you get to third base, you get a free keg of beer. That kind of shit.
All right, folks, we're gonna leave you with this.
And then, when it is done, then you have my permission to die.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that wasn't very nice, was it?
You know.
Why don't we leave you with this?
Bone-crushing juggernaut.
We will see you next time because we love you so much. Goodbye. Bye, everybody. See you in a couple days. Friday, I think. But we never do it on Friday. We do it on Saturday, but either way.
Saturday's more convenient.